Okay, it is. Okay. Hey.
Hey.
Like the other side of the
How are
Remember
you?
Proud Family? I love Proud Family.
Hey.
That's what I can. Hey. DJ.
Have you know they got new episodes? Like,
I've seen.
yeah. You've
I'm an
seen?
old
I've
head,
only
I
seen
guess.
like 2
I'm one of them
episodes.
old. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to them,
I
though.
feel
Shout
you.
out to them. Shout out to
I
them.
feel you. Yeah. I have not canceled my Disney subscription, and I have been Disneying it up. Um, I know, I know, I know. I know. I know, I
I
know,
have.
I
I ain't
know, I
even gonna
know,
lie.
I know.
I'm a pretentious lib. I literally did it that same night. When I saw it, I said, count me in. Only because, and I'm gonna tell you why. Only because we have once again broken the mold and proven that protests work. Even like we just because
Yeah.
Target, and I say that because in this era, and it's so funny because the last era I'm thinking about wasn't even the civil rights one. It was literally the 2016 one when all of the, the mayhem was like uprising after Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin and all the things, that era. Let me not reflect on it with glee. I don't say that happily. I'm just saying. But anyway, every time Black people stand up and make noise and protest, there is a backlash, but also like a forced response. And so anyways, then to say the Target one and how successful it's been, as soon as I see another one about Hulu, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Okay, we can do it. Like reinvigorated.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Desmond actually is the one that sent it to me, and he's also the holder of the account, so he ain't canceled it yet. And I'm just like, I'm not actually pushing him to cancel it yet.
I get it.
I'm
I
not
get
gonna
it.
lie, I am a fall girl with the TV shows, and Reasonable Doubt is on Hulu. Like, but
Oh,
also I have, girl, that show is so good. Like, it's so
yeah.
good. But I realize that I have to be either gonna be down with the cause or you're not, and it ain't canceled.
Oh,
I need to
oh.
cancel it, I guess. But also, like, 'cause I was telling Desmond, I was like, well, I don't know if I told him this, but like, if you cancel all the subscription, you have to like spend time with people, which is what we supposed to be doing now, and community
Yeah.
building and reading more books.
Girl. Yeah. Yeah. No, I try not to be on like some little moral high horse because we all have like the concession places. I really do get it. I think for me, I'm just like I said, I'm so invigorated by that Target stuff,
Yeah,
and,
it
and
was good. Yeah.
but not just that. What even Target, and then what happened in Nepal? They literally overturning governments in other countries. Like
Mhm.
I am encouraged by the people's responses cross culturally, and
Yeah.
even the negative ones, right? Because they scream and holler too, and now we got a whole regime and can't even get abortions. So I am I am invigorated by people's ability to enact change in every way, and so I just love that, and I love like putting my name in the number. I just want to see my name in the number.
Yeah. I do feel like we could divest enough and we will be able to, because
Absolutely.
we'll
Absolutely.
have time to think, and they don't want
Mhm.
us to think. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. Everybody put in the comments, Morgan, cancel your Disney. Or
I will say I read a book this weekend, the full book from Friday to this morning. Like, I was up last night reading, like,
fire.
it was an audiobook, but I was up reading it. It's called
Fire.
Monday's Not Coming. And I was just like, "Oh, this is good." I think my genre
Mhm.
is mystery. It is so good. Like,
You have
but
been
also,
requesting a mystery a lot.
I know, but also I'm a law cop girl show. Like, I love the
Mhm.
detective
I love
shows
that.
and the law shows. So I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I just need to find the book version of the TV shows that I like to
Right.
watch. 'Cause
I
most of
love
them
that.
are books, but
I
yeah.
love that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. I love first of all, I love shout out to finding your genre, finding your lane, like the thing that
Yeah.
speaks to your heart. That's fun.
It's been a 2-year journey.
Right, because
I
I'm
ate
still on
that
the
book
first.
up. I was like,
I
"Oh my
love
god, this
it.
is." Like,
That's
so
fire.
good.
That's
Yeah,
fire.
I
Good,
do
good,
recommend it. It's a YA
good.
book,
A what?
so young adult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Look at
I was
me,
like, "Am
don't
I
know
weird for
me.
reading YA?" But also,
Mhm.
they said that a lot of adults read YA because a lot of adult
Yeah.
books are so centered on sex, and they don't have, like,
Yeah.
good plots and good,
Stories,
like
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
and this was, like, at the end of the book, I'm like, "What?" Like and that's what happened
Yeah.
at the last book I'm like, "Wow, like, y'all really did this." Like, y'all
Mhm.
hooked me in and twisted and turned it and all the things, so
I love that.
it's my genre.
I have some
Yeah.
people that have really been trying to convince me actually on I didn't know it was called YA, but now that you're saying that, I can go ahead and say it. Like, just YA and, like, apparently there's this new girl on the scene. I think she's Asian American, what nationality, I'm not sure, so I'll just offer that. But and she wrote she basically writes like stories about
Mhm.
social things but via a story, and apparently they are like the hottest thing on the scene right now, and everybody is like ranting and raving. And she even writes about the CCP, Chinese Communist Party. Oh, actually she's Chinese, sorry, I just thought about it. Yeah, because she writes a lot of like negatively about that. But anyway, yeah, I heard she's the hottest thing on the scene right now, and she's like addressing a lot of social issues but via stories.
Mhm.
And she's only, like, 22, like, she's super young, she started
Yeah.
when she was so the girlies is I really want to, I really here go.
Yeah.
One day y'all gonna come here and
We
Imma
try.
do it, and Imma say, "I really did da." One day, Imma get on the story
Um,
train.
well, they also said that YA really does deal with, like, topics, like
Yeah,
and this one was kinda dealing with abuse and mental health and, trauma, um, missing black girls, like, it was dealing
yeah,
with some miscarriage, church, like, it was dealing with
yeah,
some stuff, like,
nice,
so and I
okay,
was not expecting all that.
okay,
Yeah.
Imma pick it up. No, I'm yeah, keep convincing me.
Yeah, yeah,
Pull me
she
in.
has a new book coming out on the 7th of October, and I'm actually really excited. I'm like, "Please, library, have the book," because I
Mhm,
don't
mhm,
buy books right now. Like, I'm not.
yeah.
I'm using our library so that the library stay open.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they pick up the
I
book,
forgot. Thank you for saying
Audible.
that. That's another way to push back. Okay, really quick on that, and then we can get to navigating that because that's a good thing that we have to point out right now so we don't forget. That is such a beautiful incremental way that we can push back and make sure that we are still actively doing what we can within our realms of influence, or spheres of
Mhm.
influence, right? Yeah, use your local libraries. I promise they exist. I promise.
Yeah.
Just knock the dust off the
Yeah.
books and go get a book from the library.
Please.
Or also like find your mutual aid in your city. What organizations are you don't have to do missions trips and all of the elaborate efforts to fight back against tyranny and the
Right.
regimes that are trying to destroy us. You can literally do these things in small incremental ways, and if each of us do them, like that is how one we keep our sanity and feel like we're not just helpless and being controlled and consumed by evil, but also it makes a difference, right? Public funding comes directly to specific spaces and cities based off of usage, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously there's some corruption that happens state to state or whatever, but ultimately though, usage is a big deal. And when it comes to public funding and like the public need, if the public consistently shows that no, this is a need and a necessity, then public funding has to be allocated toward that place. So anyway, I'm glad you just said that. Shout out to Morgan for
Yeah.
giving us a thought there.
Yeah, use your libraries. Also,
Please.
I speaking of like funding and stuff, like when they was talking about
Mhm.
the boycotting Hulu and all that, they were saying
Mhm.
that to buy a PBS passport 'cause they have good shows and stuff, educational, obviously. But I found somebody popped up on my TikTok and was like, PBS is not going anywhere because that was the rumor. But the funding just got cut. That don't mean but that's just the government funding. Like the rest of the organizations. Like, yes, some organizations are fully funded by the government, but they also have donations. So donate to PBS so that my child can keep watching Weather
Donate.
Hunters because I really like
Mhm.
that show.
Yeah, that's real too. No, but that's real. Yeah, that's so good. Donate, donate. Because guess what? The evil powers that be, I won't say whom because whoever is in our audience I respect, but The evil powers that be, how do you think that they fund all these think tanks and the things that, like,
Yeah,
you wanna know why the trans issue, quote unquote, is the most prevalent issue ever, but trans people make up not a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of our population? You don't wanna know why it's still being pushed as if they're, like, literally poisoning the drinking water that you have? Is because think tanks
they put their
are
money to
funding
it.
and they're put their money behind it, exactly. So much so that they can manufacture outrage. Precisely. So and that goes the same with all of the issues, that they try and present are like life and death. It's money, baby. It's money,
Yep,
baby. So, yeah, put your money behind your outrage. They do it. They
yeah,
do it.
yep. Which I was thinking about, that should be illegal. Like, we should not be able
Oh,
to
yeah.
lobby, even though, like, I'm actually a part of organizations that lobby and pay politicians or pay for organizations to lobby for
Mhm.
certain things. That honestly should not be a thing. Like, I should not be able to pay for my vote or pay for you
Yeah.
to, as a politician, care about this issue and, like, push it through. Like,
Mhm.
and that should not be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They
But
literally
here we are.
legalized it for the purposes. So, like, the way that they got around it was, oh, yeah, people can't. The amount that you can pay personally to an issue area or to a politician is 2,500. I think they
Right.
may have. But yes, so it's a corporation thing because, oh, it's about interest and it's about
Mhm.
the public consumption and public good. So as a group, we should be able to push this because we provide to the public good. Like that's like the guise of how they made it a legal thing. No. So that's why, like, so if you were a millionaire,
My
you
vote
can
should be
you
the
don't have
thing.
to worry about you being able, you could just give all your money to an issue. Like it's yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so many people and even a lot of legislators have put up legislation to basically like undo it essentially. But that almighty dollar. And so while it's like that, put your money where your mouth is, folks. Put your like, let's fund all
Yeah.
of the think tanks and all of the efforts toward whatever your specific issue area that you care about most. So yeah,
What are you navigating?
right. Here I go. Two. What am I navigating? I'm working on a video right now. A video essay, like one of
Okay.
my like extensive ones, not like my little talk ones, but the actual like you know how I do.
Mhm.
And anyway, unfortunately, I have just been inundated in white
What do you
Christianity's
Oh,
history of
goodness.
white supremacy. I know it's so annoying, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you why. Because obviously the boy stuff, the man stuff, who recently passed. And I gave my little extemporaneous thoughts in a video, and the video did pretty good. And back and forth, they was doing a lot of back and forth with each other. I didn't say a thing. I'm not doing it. I
Right.
said what I said. You heard what I said, but I'm doing it because I'm realizing I am realizing the lane. We talked about it actually offline, but the lane that I am really in and I want to stay in is a faith lane, and I'm okay with that. Faith from all I mean, from all viewpoints, or yeah, faith in many capacities, but ultimately faith. And so that looks like dismantling untruths about faith. So that's how I did the black women thing, the black church, and now this, right? And and also I'll be tackling but biblical stuff too, just like biblical myths, but or misnomers and misconceptions about the Bible, and also just personal stuff, my personal beliefs about the Bible. But anyway, so this will just be one in a long lineage of what I do to defend our faith, but also even defend it from people who faking and perpetrating in it too. And I think it's our duty to do that because I believe in this faith, but so this is my way of defending it, if you will. So anyway, but all that to say, I read this book. I'm almost done with it now. Mm.
Yep.
Back to regularly scheduled programming. Yes, I am working on a video about white Christianity and its roots in white supremacy and how they're inextricably linked, and you can't have one without the other because that's just the history of this whole thing. And it's just been exhausting because
Yeah.
the thing about doing stuff like this is that you're inundated in it because you're doing the work for it. Do you hear the blowing, the wind?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. It might just be feedback. But anyway, so I've been like just swamped. And like I said, I've been reading this book called White Too Long, super good, but man, depressing. And
Mm.
and then also my algorithm just knows that I'm doing this. And so now it's just like, "Oh, you wanna know more about this? Oh, okay, let me show you."
I
It's
don't
so annoying.
right, I don't wanna know.
I don't. I promise I'm doing enough. Like, I come to you for a little escapism. So,
Right.
yeah, it's tough. It's been a tough the stuff that I'm even learning as a Black Christian myself, like, it's not that I didn't know the history anecdotally and even marginally, just a little, like, from education and stuff. You just can never know enough. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You'll never know enough of what happened and how much these people at every well, the only thing I'll say and I'm done. At every turn of, "Come on, y'all, we can do social, we can ride. Come on, come on, come on, we can do it. This time, we'll try this, we'll try this." At every segment of time where we were about to make progress, it was the
Mm.
White Christians. And I mean every single one. They were at the front to say, "I'll be taking that. You will not. I refuse." Like, oh my God, it is so bad. But go ahead. So that's what I'm navigating.
Speaking of escapism, that's why I haven't canceled my my
Right.
subscriptions. I think
Yeah.
enough. I think
Yeah.
enough.
That's a
I
fact.
just wanna
That's a
turn it
fact.
off sometimes and escape into a different reality. And sometimes TikTok is not it because it's the algorithm. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. How about you though? What are you navigating?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, yes, I do. I just planned out my end of the year, and I'm doing a lot as always. But a lot of stuff I wanna do, like, I do think that okay, so this I was asked to be a mentor for somebody. I had a meet up with the little girl. She's in she's 13, I shouldn't say a little girl. Uh, I had a meet up with her this weekend, and, today I was like, "I don't think I have the capacity for that." Like, at
Oh,
all.
yeah,
But
I know. I get it.
and because honestly and I think I'm recognizing my limits. She's doing a philosophy, project, and I don't know no philosophers. Like, I don't know white philosophers.
Mhm.
I know black women
Mhm.
scholars who are probably philosophers and
Mhm.
who are philosophers in their own right,
Mhm.
but not
Mhm.
traditional.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'm gonna have to, like, read all the things she's read and to catch up
Yeah.
to where she's at in the area, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't read Socrates. Yeah, I haven't read
No,
Plato.
that's real.
Plato?
That's
I
real.
guess
Yeah,
not
it's better.
it for
Mhm.
me.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
um, but if I would think I was gonna text her and say, "If you want a sparring partner for the black feminist portion, I'll spar with you, but not them
Yeah,
white men."
I get it. I get it.
Oh,
It's plenty folk that know plenty enough about what they think. Mhm.
yeah, and I don't care what they let me stop. No disrespect to her. Like, I just don't.
I get you.
I
I get you.
I don't know their work, so I would have to so that my I'm saying my capacity is, like, I don't have the capacity to read all the things I need to read, digest,
Yeah.
and then be able to mentor all in the same
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
So but I'm excited for the next 3 months. My birthday is next month, homecoming's next month, I'm throwing a Halloween party, which I ain't never did before. Um, girl, my house was volunteered, so here we are.
That'll be what? Okay, that's I love a good little Halloween party. Like honestly, that's one of my faves. I ain't gonna I love
Really?
Halloween for some. I'm a little bad, but I love Halloween.
I am not a Halloween girl. I'm Christmas all day long. Like, I am not a Halloween girl. Like, I'm
I
okay.
love Halloween. I love
But,
it. I
you
love
know,
it. I don't even know
um,
why, but I do. It feels like the epitome of festiveness. But I guess ironically, which Lord forgive me. Christmas
this
and
is your
Halloween
rebellion?
probably because what I'm about to say is though, uh Christmas and Halloween for me are like neck and neck. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like I really love Halloween. That's so bad, I know. But they're a little neck and neck for me, babe.
Maybe because
I
I've just never
love
been
me a
to a
good little
good
dress
Halloween
up.
movie.
And I make sure to find one every year.
That's good.
That little dress
Well, come on
up.
to Cincinnati.
That's what I'm sure like
We,
what's going on?
it's gonna be a yeah, it's gonna be a little murder mystery, I think. I'm putting up together a planning committee because my friends volunteer in my house, so I'm like, "Y'all gonna help plan this." I'm not doing this by
Wow, that
myself.
sounds so
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
That's
It'll be
amazing.
cute. But the funny thing is, I wanted to make a sinners party, a sinners thing themed. I know, but Imma have to put on invitation, no mojo bags unless you know what that is, because I seen a video of a girl who stitched another video, and I guess they're selling mojo bags in Spirit Halloween places, and she's like, "Don't you put that on.
Oh,
Don't you put that on, cause you don't know what you're
yeah,
doing." And
yeah,
I was like, "If
baby,
you don't know what that is, don't come up in my house with that on, cursing my house,
don't come around here
cause
with
this is
me.
actually my house.
Mhm,
Like, we gotta sleep here.
mhm,
Like, don't come in
mhm,
here with that on."
mhm.
So,
Oh, that's smart.
yeah, I don't
Good
need
for
no
you being
hate and
mindful of that, yeah.
vampires and
Mhm.
mm-mm. I might be
No, that's
listen, I
smart.
might be progressive and liberal, but I believe in spirits. Like, do not come over here with that. Like, I ain't
Okay.
and I don't even mean, like, I'm cool with I'm cool with the idea of ancestors
I
and
know
all
what you
that, but if
mean.
you don't
I
know
know
what
what
you're
you mean.
dealing with, take that on
Mhm.
back.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
I mean, but in every faction of belief, whatever you believe, secular or sacred, all people believe in an evil of some sort. So whether you believe it's like in an underworld or a devil or what, like everybody
Yeah,
recognizes that there is evil in a faction beyond this realm, the metaphysical or the physical rather. So like, yeah, no, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I was like, we might have to change the whole theme up because I don't even want you thinking about it. So, um,
But
yeah.
that is fire idea though. I ain't gonna hold you when you that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah,
That was cute. You
yeah.
gon' wait a second.
And
Pause. Your little
I
baby girl gonna
might
have a
put it on the
laugh.
invitation for real. That's
That's cute
also what
though.
I'm navigating too. Like, she got a little social life. She be listening to my little books in the car. I'm like, why am I even worried about if she gonna be a reader or not? You're a reader. You're social. Like, she's gonna be fine.
She is
She's
gonna
gonna be fine.
be a woo. Like seriously, seriously. I know I do this every, but I'm so serious. To be a black girl raised by black women such as yourself and to have the community that you're like meticulously cultivating to ensure that are around her and are her like elders and whatnot. Oh my God. Like I'm jealous. Like, oh my gosh. Like she about to be turned in every sense of the way. Like that is so wonderful. Oh my God.
You know what's funny? Me and Des was in a car one day, and I was like, I know she better not ever talking about like she knew talking about, well, my daddy from Chicago. Girl, if you don't sit yourself down, we work
You
too
got a
hard.
Picasso in your house, Frederica.
Don't
You got a
even. Don't
Picasso.
even. You can respect where your family came from and be okay where you at, sweetheart. And child, I was like, she better not. She better not. Which ain't no shade to the folks in the hood. You not them. Now, if we happen to be
Cause I
there,
rock
cool.
the new.
But
Cause I rock the new and new shit. And like, okay, girl. Okay, take that. Take that
so,
little fake necklace
so
and go get the new.
I hung out with my cousins on in the summer.
She said, "You drank all my Saudi, girl. Shut your dumb. Take your goofy. Get
Uh,
your. Yes, girl. Sit down. Lying to these people. Your mama is the
please,
director
please,
over the entire state of.
please.
That's gonna be so great. No, she gonna call me one day and be like, "You told them what? You told them what?" Girl, your mama is literally at the White House right now at some summit for God
Please.
knows what with who. That's
Oh
hella
man,
funny. I love that though.
I
Shout
feel
out to
pick
her.
me up if that
No,
happens.
no, we'll collectively ensure that it will not happen. No, that's no, 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 no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Anyhow, what are we talking about tonight?
Oh, what are we talking? Partially another thing that I'm navigating. is what we're gonna talk
Mhm.
about tonight, is
Wonders.
that peak of your friendship or that point. Huh?
Go ahead. Listen.
Oh, I didn't even do the intro. Okay, here
Oh,
on the
yes.
What's on the Agenda podcast, we talk about um things that affect Black women, and we talk about the nuance that affect Black women socially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, and all the illies. And today on the agenda, on the What's on the Agenda podcast, we're gonna be talking about that point in the friendship where you and the other friend kind of look at each other and it's like, oh, we like each other on the same level. We love you. You love me. Okay, we can actually go somewhere. Like, and I guess the nuance part of that is like because we're in a space that we're older, we're in our 30s, people are making new
Mhm.
friends, and
Mhm.
how scary that can be when you're at this big age. Um,
Mhm.
and trying to make new friends, and it's like, I don't know if it's gonna happen. And then it happens, and it's like, oh
Mhm.
wow, I have new people. I have old people that I'm going deeper with, like,
Mhm. Mhm.
so
Mhm.
that's where I'm at. Yeah,
Mhm. I love that.
that's where we're at.
That is what we're navigating and talking about today, and I love that because, I'll share. I was leaving an Oktoberfest the other night, and I just had a few little drinky drinks, just a few. And I was in the car. I was not drunk. I want to be very clear. I was not drunk. I was just tipsy enough, buzzed
Oh,
enough.
that's why you kept saying you wasn't drunk, you was
Yeah, I was
driving.
like, I'm not, yes. And I want to be very clear. I do not condone at all. It's bad
I probably
practice.
wouldn't even judge you.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, no, mm-mm. But I just was a little, a little too, but and just enough to just make you feel not solemn. Well, I guess solemn, just reflective, solemn and reflective, whatever. Um, and so I was thinking, the song "Blow" came on. Actually, I'm in my liqueur. "Blow" comes on by Beyonce, and um, and I was thinking
Twist
about. I
in
was
the
like,
middle.
yeah, oh. And when it came on, I was like, ooh, feeling a little, ooh, where my man at? All the things. And I was just feeling so free to I was like, I was just feeling frisky and good about feeling frisky and not guilt or feelings of shame about feeling frisky. And if you know our history, there have been times where that's just the sort of theology and thinking that we came up in, such that you listen to a song and you're feeling a little frisky and you feel shame. The immediate feelings, even if you don't intend for them to come up, are shame oftentimes, at least in the past. But I've been delivered. But anyway, um,
Holland.
and huh? And so anyway, when those feelings came up, instead of I was thinking about my man for a second, and then I got happy and a little bit emotional at the freedom that I felt in that moment, and immediately Morgan came to my thoughts because I was like, this is literally only because of her influence. Obviously, but even I was going to say, obviously, it's been other factors, but all the other factors are things that you also offered me too. So it's like, when I tell you, I was like, whoa. And so then it matriculated from just the whoa, she helped me walk into liberation in my faith and all the things, but also literally taught me and had patience with me while I was espousing literally idiotic thoughts. And was concerned about it, but and not just concerned, but took my hand and just was interested in and was a friend to me while I did that journey. Like so and I'm saying it really specifically because I think this can help build the conversation. Was my friend, journeyed me through it, taught me different things while also conceding at times and saying, no, I can see that position. And we went back and forth. We would go back and forth. And it was just relationship with differencing of perspectives relatively, because I feel like I always agree with you. But the point is, you just helped me to deconstruct when I didn't even realize I was deconstructing. And anyway, how that final thought here, how that morphs even more beautifully into the thought about friendship and stuff is that's as I was thinking about you, I was like, it's always been a woman. It's always been a woman that made me feel good, that helped me to evolve, that held my hand in pain and trauma and strife, what Iyanla say? It was a woman. It was a woman that held my hand through the like. But the truth is, that's always the case. And as much as we reflect on like men sometimes negatively and frustratingly, honestly, that don't even hold a candle to the ways that women and my friends, women who I love in my community have poured and make me feel better, want to be better, think better, think more progressively, evolve my thoughts. Like, and how fortunate is that? And I think we reflect a lot, not just us, but on negativity sometimes, understandably.
Mhm.
But this is worthy of space. I think that's my take on all that. So yeah.
So, as she sent me a voice note that said, "I really love you, all the things." And I was in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. I was on a retreat for one of the organizations that I am, a part of, and, um, I was needing to write a bio, and I hadn't written it, and I was like, "Well, if this is my legacy, let that be my legacy," right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And, something you just said made me think to actually read a part of the bio because, you said it was the women.
Mhm.
The route I took with the bio was that I basically said, "Who I am is my sisters," like, because, I'm
Oof.
the youngest and, um, my, I mean, we talked about this about Brittany Cooper and Favor Ain't Fair and, like, how we Morgan don't do the whole we leaving black women, like, with that whole, like, you gotta be good to be great,
Yeah.
whatever, all that respectability, there we go. Um, and I will read a portion of it.
Yeah,
So,
please.
uh, and I'm also hosting a sisters weekend in October. Uh, so I can't wait to actually read this to them because, like they are who I am, who they are. Like I am
Yeah.
because of them. I am because I got to watch them. And let me read this.
Yeah.
Um, um, maybe I'll read the whole thing just because.
Okay. That's fine.
Um, I am the youngest of 6 girls, and for context, my father was a Rolling Stone. He was a recovering alcoholic and drug abuser, so I had a traumatic experience in my childhood here and there. That said, I was born a few years after my mother's last biological child. I recently learned that birth order starts over when children are spaced out. So while I am the youngest, I may have been raised as an only child, a little lonely, not remembering my sisters being part of my life a lot on the day to day, but definitely on the big moments. My sisters are my badge of honor, despite them being Black women, complex, traumatized, affected by systematic racism at every turn. They are my fire, the reasons I advocate for Black women as much as I do. I often think about respectability politics when I think about my sisters. There was a time I felt so good, quote unquote, so high, so mighty, that if the thought if I could make it, they should have no excuse. So I thought that if I can make it, they should have no excuse.
Mm.
I have seen
Mhm.
many people
Mhm.
leave their family behind when they finally get the money they want, when they get the degrees, make the friends that are in higher tax brackets, and when I was also on the path to becoming the uppity sister, I thank God I read Eloquent Rage by Brittany Cooper, specifically the chapter Favoring Fair. I visit that chapter often in my mind and in reality, especially when I receive comments on social media that say all black, smart, powerful women need to be protected at all costs. To which I reply, all black women, in my opinion, which is growth because I didn't argue. Every black woman are just about is represented in my sisters or my cousins, the abused, the hoe, the ones
Mm.
that need government assistance, the bougie, the addict, college educated, the wedded, the never married, funny, charismatics, the ones who have miscarried, who have aborted, who have birthed children, and those who desperately want to. Being connected to them has taught me
Oof.
everything about being a Black woman in America that no book could teach me. It gives me the fight to keep advocating, keep educating. So one day Black women may be liberated from the oppression they face daily. Oppression I often get to escape from because of my privilege. Privilege I sometimes have to check so I don't look down upon them. This is who I am, a little sister who wants my sisters to feel love because they deserve it, full stop. I want my sisters to feel pleasure, either sexually or non-sexually, every day. I want them to be liberated from their pain, oppressions, and traumas of their past. My sisters have shaped every part of my being. I am because they are.
Mm.
And so that is what you like. So just think,
Ooh.
one, I feel like I was bringing that away from you, but
Mm-mm,
literally,
mm-mm,
when
please.
as I was
Almost made me
reading,
cry.
I was like, Brittany Cooper was the sister that brung me out of that, like, and
Mhm,
kinda, I guess, kinda felt like did held my hand in the, "Girl, you are not
mhm,
too g you are still a
mm-mm,
black woman.
mhm,
You are not
mhm,
too
mhm.
good."
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead. No, go please, go, uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know if I have anything, um,
No, that was so beautiful, I'm not kidding. I literally, it was so beautiful for obviously all the reasons, like, so it's like multifaceted, obviously, because I know you and I know a little bit of your life and you're like that, it made it beautiful in that, like on a personal note, but then also on a personal note for me, in how especially that part about you seeing your sisters are a manifestation of all black women and like that walkthrough of all of the faces and spaces and ways that black women show up. um what that invoked in me in this moment that also made that more even more emotional is there is just something spiritual about being a black woman. And it's not that other identities aren't equally as special in terms of like superiority or anything. And I'm only saying that because I'm about to make a point that I just want to sit in for 2 minutes, literally, because there's just something spiritually beautiful about being a black woman. And be it the I know people are uncomfortable about us tethering our identity with the history of oppression and grape and abuse and stuff. I know people get uncomfortable with that. I was listening to a black theologian, female theologian who she just basically was reflecting on rest and the politic of rest and how we need to see our identities as integral to that, not like as rest being the alternative, but a piece of who we are. And so she was just making the case that we need to just completely disassociate ourselves. This may be unfair, but whatever, from our history and our past with grape and oppression and abuse. And I say all that to say, as much as I honor that and I understand the sentiment behind that, I feel like this is just all subjective, to be fair. The essence and the beauty of Black women is intertwined with all of that and how we've been able to not even overcome, but literally keep moving. And it's not that it's fair, but fairness is not what equates to beauty, though. Sometimes it's just ugliness can be beautiful, right? Ugliness in this context, I mean complexity, and frustration and strife and the flower that arises from it regardless. It's beautiful because not just the way that it looks, but because of all the things that contributed to it. And it still looks that pretty. Like it gives the beauty a depth and a fullness. And I hope that all makes sense. And so when I think about like if I see black women as that flower and then if you just dig underneath the roots, imagine the most complex, beautiful marbled roots that are just like running all different kind of ways, different colors, different essence, different, you know what I mean? To make this cute little thing that like, how the heck did that rise out of that? And then you look down in the roots in the ground and you just see this, it's like a whole other world of complexity and spirituality. Or like a metaphysical connectedness with the divine that moves beyond anything that we can articulate in our words. And all that to say, that's what I think about when I think about black women. And there
yeah,
is what Malcolm said, there is no greater nobody's more hated than black women. Like all that I forget the quote exactly what he said, but the point is
mhm,
that's true. And yet here we are. Everybody wants to do what we do. Everybody wants to be us and be funny like us and charismatic like us and witty and silly and strong and resilient and soft and all the things. Body, even look is all of it. And I am
right,
so proud to be us. That's all I got.
yeah. I, um, I think dang it, I gotta start taking notes.
I'll be
That's all
going.
it
I'm
is.
sorry. It's
No, this was good. I was just thinking about, I was thinking about a few things. One, I was in the store, I was picking up the catering order for my work event today, and the black woman was like, I said, "Hi, I'm picking up an order." She's like, "Hi, how are you?" And I was like, "Mm." I was like, "I'm good, how are you?" And I'm like, "You," and I was like, "You know what?" Like, when I got in the car, I was like, "You know what? She was right. You didn't say hi. You didn't say how you doing, nothing." And then, and I was like, "Can I buy another cookie?" She's like, "Girl, take the cookie." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
and I was like, I'm over here in my head like, she was being mean. No, she wasn't.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
she was being a black woman,
Yeah,
and
she's
you
being her
knew to say,
essence.
"Hey, how
Yeah.
you doing?" Nothing, something.
Mhm.
And then she
Mhm.
still showed you some love, gave you a free
Yep.
cookie. Like,
Yep. Yep.
but so I was thinking about that, and I was just thinking about how easily I could have written her off because I
Yep.
still am constantly having to check my privilege, like the dude who said that was an actual comment. I think he said it into my DMs. I think all black women powerful. He purposely said strong, powerful black women. Yeah, all of them actually,
Mhm.
because
All of them.
if you say all strong, powerful black women, you're gonna forget my
Yep.
nieces. You're gonna forget
Yep.
my sisters. You're gonna
Yep.
forget half my family that also needs protection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Mm.
we
Mm.
can't do the respectability no more. Like, we can't do that.
Mm-mm. Let
'Cause
it go.
I'm so grateful for each and every one of my sisters and my cousins and and my nieces because it puts it in my face that if I fight for the black woman that looks put together, if I fight for the educated, if I fight for all the whatever respectability looks like, I'm forgetting half 3/4 of my family,
Yep. Yep.
if
Yep.
not 90%. So it's like,
100%.
I
Mhm.
mean, I could do that. I could, but I think that I think I'm saying all that to say that while you're saying, thank you, I think it gives me the fire to keep going because I wasn't playing about is my living in vain. I do have to like remember that I am here for a purpose, and if it's for black women,
Mhm.
it's just what it is. Like, I really
Period.
want black women to be liberated. Like, I really love black women. Like,
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I love us.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
That's
crazy
it.
that you say that too because I'd want to add something to what we talked about in the beginning. That's also the ways that this friendship and your teachings, I want to be very clear, it's not just our relation. You have taught me literally. Um, so it's been like academic sort of a teaching, but also just that ethic that you've lived by. Even when you weren't this deep into this, this perspective before the masters, before the education, before the all of the things, like even before you were as like shifted as you were in your politics and all of that, um, that was still your ethic and how you showed up. You can very much tell that you grew up with sisters, like a predominantly sisters. That and now that I'm thinking about it, that makes sense because it always gave sisterly. But anyway, but I say that because you taught me how to love black women. Oh, I'm so sorry. This makes me emotional, but seriously, because that's the phase of life that I'm in right now. It makes me so happy because like my daddy is a raging sexist. You know that he like literally
Mhm.
he got mommy issues, of course. And you know when a man got a mama issue, everybody is his mama, even his daughters, and I didn't recognize that that could be a thing, but anyway. And even last podcast when we were talking about the little stuff that had happened, I had gotten into it with him, blah, 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 and I was like mocking him a little bit because I got so mad. And if you know, you do not mock, like that's the quickest way to get whatever, but that's the quickest way to get hit, but whatever. I was just so mad, and my mama was like, "Okay, Con," and I was like, and I was being sarcastic. I said, "Okay, but you can't say nothing. You a woman, be quiet." And he was like, "You effing right." I probably shouldn't be saying this on podcast, but whatever, because this is the truth of my life. Like, and so, but like, I was being sarcastic, and he was like, "Yeah, you're right. She shouldn't say nothing. She is a woman." Like my dad said that. And so, anyway, that's the
Yeah.
kind of person that I grew up with. And even
Mhm.
my stupid, sexy red take and all the stupidity that I was in was largely because even though I was evolving, I was still just so rooted in that anti-black woman specifically. It was so ingratiated into all of my thoughts. Even when I would try and untether them, they were like it's just baked into what I knew.
Yeah.
And so when all of the thoughts are laid bare, and it's not from you calling me out, but solely from you actively, proactively, loudly loving black women, professing your love for black women, you literally never called me out on it. You only just continued to love black women unapologetically. And I'm like, wait, wait, right. Yeah. And you know all this history. Girl, are you okay? This is silliness. This is an indoctrination of sexism. Stop that.
Mm.
Stop that now. Like that's literally all that happened. And I guess from that though, to take it to the outer audience, because I promise it applied. Like the reason we're going through our personal stuff is because, like, one, I think this is a good example. What I just said was just a good example of the ethic of love and grace. Um and like, yeah, love Black women no matter how complex or frustrating moments can be, because take it from people who study history all day long and always engulfed in some sort of a history in whatever capacity we both do it in. Stuff ain't been it. It ain't been it. History ain't been kind. And that's not the reason you ought to love them. But what I'm saying is stop your thoughts real quick once you feel them moving towards judgment, because baby, it gets complex. And I don't even know where I'm going. But yeah, love Black women. This is just a pro Black women episode.
Yeah. I I feel like you are giving me all my flowers, and at the same time, I feel like I don't know. I had a situation with a friend where I felt like I was standing up for a Black woman, and the situation didn't end very pretty. And don't actually know if we're still friends or not. But
Mm,
um, we are like, but I felt as if I was being um myself and telling, and showing and sharing and teaching, um, what I do, about Black women. And, um, what was said was, that what I heard or what I felt was that it wasn't, probably the time or the place, and that, um, I advocate too much, but
mm,
I I I can't not. Like, I just can't not.
mm-hmm.
Like, um and I will say I'm willing to lose friends over that. Like, if there was
Yeah,
one thing, like, if I feel called to Black women, like, and that's
yeah,
it. Like, that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, for a people to be treated like the scum of the earth for as long as
Mm,
we have, and I'm not saying that there are not people, because I do recognize that
right.
there's other people who have been treated worse or are treated worse now, or can be treated worse. Um, but I am called to Black women, and
Yeah.
I um and I am willing to fight over that. Like, I'm willing to lose friend
Mm,
over that. Like, this is what I'm called to. Like, and that testimony of granted, you was talking about sex, but the liber to be able to be free in sex, and
mm.
as a Black woman, and to be able to be
That's
free
your
in
body.
sex and
That's
faith
you.
as a Black woman,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
That's your whole
that's it. You ain't
yeah.
gotta deconstruct nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. Ooh,
if once
that's
you
so
get to that
good.
level,
Yeah.
that's it.
Mhm.
Like, that's all. Like, you the to get
Yeah.
I heard somebody say this weekend that shame is the lowest vibrational power. Once you get rid of
Mhm.
shame, like, once you and especially around your body, around your sexuality, all the stuff, like, that's literally all. Like,
So
I've done my
rich.
work. Like,
That's
that's
so
it.
rich. That's
That's
so
it.
rich. We got to just 2 seconds to flesh that out, cuz that just struck me, and that's so good. Sex and what you said, sex and what? Hold on. What'd you say?
Religion.
Sex and religion. Yeah. The reason why she's saying that once you do free a Black woman, or the Black woman has liberated herself from those two spaces where they've inflicted shame onto her in those two spaces, then she basically that has her whole self and she's free, is because yeah, those are the two spaces and places where Black women have been the most, if not entirely, contained and oppressed and put to shame and made to feel shamed about, right? And so, like, when you say that, no, that's it. Once you liberate yourself in those arenas, you have autonomy of yourself now again and can now freely maneuver without the weight of the world's, the societal expectations, white people's expectations of you. Because why? Why would, if you flesh it out a little bit more? Well, because literally our bodies were used as tools, like, like quite literally tools of one. extending or perpetuating capitalism, because like our babies were used as like right, we know, like literal items to sell or whatnot. So that's one. And then of course everything in our society emanated from that way of doing things. The Black woman's body is just used for consumption to perpetuate capitalism. So down to a TikTok dance, come up with the dance and
Mm,
let us consume it and take it and sell it somewhere else on a white body. All the time our bodies are only so whether that's sexually or just via the pizzazz and the charisma, the stuff I was just talking about, that flows from our body naturally. It's for public consumption, not for use. Come on, Sarah Brightman.
yeah,
It's never been for us ever. And
yeah,
then you sprinkle in the religion piece. They used religion to validate and to validate that practice, the practice of stealing and consuming and selling our stuff, our literal flesh. Use religion to you being no, why you being too fast. Settle yourself. But in the private, everybody can take and steal and rape and grape, blah,
right, right,
and do all
right,
the
right,
things
right,
like. But so anyway, so you always have to
yeah.
choose between the identities. Either gonna be the sassy little girl or you're gonna be the anyway. So yeah,
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 and I'm just thinking
mm,
about the crossover of, like, to be able so one, you got the secular portion of, like, the free market taking our bodies, and you add the God of the universe saying, quote, unquote, "You can't do this until X, Y, and Z time," and you
yeah,
have Black women believing that they shouldn't be sexual beings until they are
yeah,
married, so that inflicts more control over their bodies, and you get to have
yep,
more control over these Black women, and they get to, like so again, you don't have the power. You get and
yep,
I believe God. I believe in the Lord make order our steps and all the things, but also when you have a um mentality that you are always putting the power into a man's hand, and you okay, so now I put the power back into the God's hands, and you don't have
mm-hmm,
autonomy over your body. I don't believe in a God that doesn't give you autonomy
mm-hmm.
over your body. And that's probably because of the work that I do with sexual assault and then
No,
power
I
and
hear
all the
it.
things.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
with the
yeah,
history of Black women having no power over their bodies and literally being raped, there is a there is something to be said when a Black woman has the freedom to be able to say, "No, I'm not.
yeah,
Actually, I'm going
yeah.
to. Actually, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and
Mm-hmm,
I don't care what you say."
mm-hmm,
Like, there
mm-hmm.
is something to that, and if there is in my if my calling is to get more Black women liberated and so that they can be able to say, "Shut the F up, and Imma do what I want to
Yep.
do," I will do
Come
that.
on.
I'm
Come
okay with that.
on.
Yeah.
Come on. I love that you said that too, because actually the night that I sent you that voice note, what some of the thoughts that were also coming in my mind is, and actually this is a good, like now we can invoke something to young women, young people in general, but since we're talking to Black women right now, um, I was just reflecting on how I spent the bulk of my youth and 20s, definitely 20s though, because I don't remember anything prior to 20 really, 25 low key, but but anyway, I was just reflecting on how much I just was just strangled by people's perspectives, and most specifically people's perspectives about how I should show up sexually. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like and how untetherable that is from white patriarchal indoctrination, theological indoctrination. Like I got so sad, grateful, also sad for my younger self about just how much when I lost my virginity, I rolled over and cried. He was
Right.
like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? But
Was he also in
like,
church?
uh-huh, uh-huh,
'Cause did he have the
uh-huh,
same messages? Oh,
uh-uh,
okay.
uh-uh, uh-uh.
Right, right,
But you
right,
but you know
right,
what's weird?
right.
But look, you know what just hit me though? You know what just hit me literally just in this very second. This is my first time ever thinking about this. The duality of this moment that I'm talking about. I cried because I felt impure. And at the same time, I did it, meaning had sex with him because I felt, I won't say pressured by him. I mean, I did, but I wanted to, but it was like hurting. I was like, but I did it because, so like at both turns, on both ends of the spectrum, there was male dominant thought in my head driving
Yeah,
my
yeah,
feelings and my decisions, and nothing about that was done from me. Oh
Yeah,
my, I've never thought about that till right now. On both ends of the spectrum, it was a male dominated perspective that was leading my decision making and my feelings about my decision making. And
yeah,
literally zero, none of it came from me. And so going back to baby girl, even now I'm reflecting like that's why I'd be like, oh, I'm so happy for her. I'm so excited. Cause like to have a mama that just know it all, like not saying like you just like all knowing, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like comprehensive thought
yeah.
about liberation and autonomy and women's like how fortunate to man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that just hit me. Wow.
Yeah. I had a thought.
Sorry.
That's all. I might put that on a t-shirt. I had a thought.
I had a thought. That is, you know what,
No,
low key, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good to do one day for merch. I had a thought.
it's gone. Had a thought.
Here I go. I'm gonna edit this out. That's gonna be my. Just keep thinking. I'm gonna edit this out.
Only for it to stay in the
Right? No, especially this week. I was like, oh Jesus. Oh, I was supposed to take that out. I was luckily it was at the end. I'm hoping. Oh God, I'm hoping because I was like, that's really really bad.
I didn't even get to it. What
Hopefully
was
nobody
it?
else did. It was that boy Take. I was like, get rid of. I said, get rid. I was after my rant. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Get rid of them all. And he was like, not like murder, not like literal murder. I was like, yes. Obviously, we're talking about evolution, but
Right, right.
I was
I've
so
been
sad because
telling
I
everybody about
legit
the
did not
episode
mean
too.
murder. Oh God! But you know what? Did you see? It's doing really. It's done. It's
Is
doing
it?
really good.
I
We
mean,
got
like,
new.
when we was at the retreat, we was talking about, like, all the stuff, and I was like, "I think y'all should watch my episode." And he's like, "I
Oh
didn't even know
Lord.
you had a podcast." I do, and I think you should watch it because we were talking about all this. We were talking about evolution and the the man who was killed. Um, yeah,
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of shielded
yeah.
comments because like it's like 11 comments, but they're all like shielded because YouTube be like, we just can't let that
Are they
happen.
that bad?
I guess so. I still haven't been able to see them. You know how they'll like private TikTok does that. I think all sites do it, and they be like, look at your own risk. But I don't think YouTube gives you the chance to like unshield them basically. So they might have been like that bad.
These people are
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know.
that was a man of God, Christian. I didn't even see you was comment.
I wasn't going to, but I was like,
Okay,
cause especially
alright.
for the engagement. Yeah, it's fine. That was a catchy title. I knew it
Get
was
off,
gonna work though.
get
We knew
off.
that the title was gonna work. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Anyhow, but yeah, this was good though. I'm glad to what so
Yeah.
what do you say to either to the black women or to the people who love black women or in friendship or with black whatever. What is your parting message to the peoples?
Um, you know, this wasn't even the route I was trying to go with this.
It wasn't. Well, we got time. You said friendship. You said
The route was friendship, and when you get to the
yes.
moment of, like, oh, but the point I was trying to make was
Yeah, go
that and
ahead. Go
don't even
ahead.
gotta
We
talk
got it.
about it much, but, like,
Mhm.
um, I encourage people to keep pushing for friendship, like, regardless of how
Yeah.
old you are. And I was actually talking to my sisters, like,
Yeah.
because we need sisterhood is actually sisterhood and community is actually a preventative factor of, like,
Mhm.
relationship harm, relationship abuse, because, you know, we
That's
don't
a
want
good
people in
point.
isolation.
Yeah.
And the more friends you have, the more likely somebody can be like, "Sister, you deserve better, actually." And then you will strive for better and, like, actually don't
Yeah.
wanna be in a relationship with this person, regardless of romantic, platonic, or whatever. Um, but I was thinking about, like, that message from you, and then I had me and my friends here, we had "Okay, we haven't seen each other in months. Can we not let this happen again?" And then
Mhm.
we had the moment of, like, so can we like promise that we're gonna ask each other for help if we don't ask anybody else? And I was like, y'all can ask me for help. They was like, Morgan, it only works if everybody do it. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we can all ask for
Yeah.
help. So like that moment of vulnerability of like, I love you. I want to invite you into my space, into my home, into my heart of hearts. like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and it's worth it. Like, these girls
Absolutely.
I've met year and a half ago, some up to 2, 3 years ago, and it's,
Yeah.
like, just now to a point where and granted, it coulda probably went faster if, like, maybe I was more intentional about being vulnerable or more vulnerable,
Mhm.
um, and, um, like, making those intentional steps, but also was, like, not trying to, like, have, like, relationships rooted in, like, trauma things, like, I
Yeah.
was
Yeah, yeah,
working
yeah.
on myself, and I think it's naturally progressed into beautiful, like, relationships here. Um, but, um, to answer your question of, like, what would I say to Black people? I mean, or people who are about the Black women. Um, I would say that Black women are complex beings, but like you said, we're beautiful beings. Like,
Mhm.
the like, have you ever seen those plates that are broken and they purposely put, like, gold in the cracks? Like,
Mm-mm.
they break, um, g like, china plates, basically, maybe, and then they'll seal them back together and, like, be gold throughout the cracks, and I think if that was a representation of, like, a Black woman, I think that might be it because it turns into something beautiful, more
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It highlights the flaws, the things that people tell us are flaws, um, and we're able to, yeah, see the beauty, so
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
it does make sense. And I actually think the message about friendship doesn't have to be lost even in the essence of what we were saying, because I feel like that can be a takeaway from it all. Um, Black woman friendship is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, and not that all friendship with women isn't beautiful, but because of the complexities that we were just talking about earlier and that spiritual essence of beauty that is just unique to us. Um, I think that's what makes our friendship even more dynamic. You were gonna say something else?
Yeah, I mean, once you said Black women friendship is beautiful, I think there has to be a level of grace given to us because we all are
Exactly.
navigating all the crazinesses of being Black women. And we have to have a level of understanding that we are all navigating these things and
Yep.
that you can't necessarily write off Black women in the same way you could write off somebody else,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Um, and, um Yeah, so I feel like you have to take I think there has to be a level of, like, if you're gonna be in community with Black women, you're gonna have to learn some stuff and,
Yep.
and and embrace the quote unquote ugliness if like and I'm not calling Black women ugly, like, the ugliness of
I
Black
know what you
women
mean.
that the perceived ugliness
Mhm.
that they wanna tell us that is ugly
Mhm.
about our being. And reframe your mind about the stereotypes that they put on us about the anger. No, that's passion. Or the anger. No, that's her showing that she cares about something. The fresh, like, um, like the part of I was about to say, I love when she said, girl, you wrote that. The part of the bio that said,
That's
um,
hilarious.
the women who need who are on government assistance because I was gonna put the welfare queens, but I was like, no, like let's reframe that. They just need assistance for the
Right,
moment. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like I need
Yeah,
assistance for the
yeah.
moment, right? And
Mhm.
reframing what the stereotypes are of Black women, like um one by one. So that's all.
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, a reframing. And guess what? Now I'm talking directly to you, Black woman, who perhaps is the person who's not cutting people off, but actually having the grace. Or no, take that back. To the person who is sowing discord in your friendships. And you are the person that's been
Mhm.
manipulative and fake and overly sassy and mean and not considerate of your Black girl. Because I think we often have the conversation to the girls about giving the girls grace, which we all should. But to the person who needs the grace, check yourself, sis. Stop being mean to your sister. Stop being mean to your homegirls. If you have, I had a friend this
Right.
weekend actually. We had to reflect on some mean girl energy that she experienced in a new friend group or whatever that she's in. And anyway, it's also okay to if you're the problematic friend. Stop that. Like real talk. Stop.
Right.
Uh Woo, yeah, stop. Go to therapy, check your biases, check your tendencies and your habits, and stop the foolishness because you know that you wouldn't be able to function by yourself. And to the degree that you don't know it, I wouldn't wish you learned it on for the life of me. I wouldn't wish loneliness and isolation for the life of me on anybody, on my worst enemy. And so stop. Call yourself into better. Recognize the places and spaces where your friends are actually doing the best that they can, even if they aren't necessarily meeting all the marks for you, whatever that looks like. Recognize where they are, and stop being the person that's abusing and misusing the grace that you're given. Or to the extent that you need to be offered grace, ask for it. Say, yeah, I recognize that I do have some problematic tendencies in these places, but I promise you, girl, it's just because my mama was or my daddy was fill in the blanks. And so as a result, these are the ways that it shows up for me sometimes. Sometimes I get jealous. Sometimes I get scared. Sometimes I get a little too snappy and a little, I pop off a little too much in ways that I don't know how, mostly because that's how I know how to be vulnerable because I don't know how to just say, oh, that hurts my feelings or that makes me feel good. So I immediately say
Right.
something pejorative about you or negative or whatever. Find ways to make friendship with you easier because you need her. So, yeah.
I appreciate that because I
Mhm.
was just talking to my students in my event today about like, because somebody, said, to not bleed all over people,
Mhm.
and I've been, like, really thinking about how whitewashed we have. I shout this girl out every single week. That dang on
Oh.
queer rich auntie, like,
Oh, yeah.
she,
Mhm.
she's she talks about how we can be very kinda ableist when it comes to, like, mental health and, people who have mental health issues deserve community as
Mhm.
well, and it's like,
Yep.
so I was like, "No, let's push back on that one," because, um, if your leg's broke, you should be able to be in community. So, like, some
Yeah.
people you can be in the process of healing, because I
Yes.
also think that's used against Black women as well, especially in relationships. Like, you need to be put together. You need to be,
Mhm.
fully all the things. No, actually, you
Mhm.
can and should be loved where you're at, and can and should be loved in your flaws. And you're
Yep.
never gonna be perfect. There is somebody that's gonna love you.
Yep. Oh, you just sparked a thought. And oftentimes we don't want to do that, like be in the community with those people because we don't want to have to do the hard work of setting boundaries because boundaries is a cute topic to talk about on social media and in mental health circles, but it's so hard to be
Mhm.
able to sit and say, "Hey, Morgan, oh, this makes me feel awkward and uncomfortable because now I have to be vulnerable and expressive about something that I could just go and
Right.
talk about you to somebody else on the phone and just say, she just don't get it. Oh my
Mhm.
God, what's wrong with her? No, mm-mm. Go to your friend who perhaps, like you said, has a mental health issue or just that, not fully abled in the ways that we deem normal and say, hey, girl, I love you down, but when you do dot dot dot, I know it's probably relegated to this specific issue that you have, or sometimes maybe it's not, whatever. But it bothers me in these specific ways. And so moving forward, can we adjust our relationship in this way? Or maybe can you adjust that specific behavior in this way so that I can remain in friendship with you comfortably, right? Or in a way that doesn't compromise me. That takes courage. And that seems so
Right.
easy and internet talky to do, but it's another
Mhm.
thing to do, to actually do out, like to live out.
Yeah.
And so many of us are struggle with that because again, it's an element of vulnerability too, but also, um, yeah, we just don't do soft talk. We don't do soft language oftentimes, understandably, because our history has been hard. But let's try it. Let's try it before we just X people out because they don't get it. So yeah, it was a parting. Well, actually, no. I guess no. Before we get to that, that could be my heart of the matter. So or a heart segment. So
Yeah.
book suggestion.
Book suggestion. Honestly, the book that I was reading, Monday's Not Coming, it really, like, to me was like a beautiful story of like friendship, even though they were like in high actually they were in middle school. But it actually wrestled with the thoughts of like, little they were little girls, quote unquote. Well, actually, yes, they were little girls, they in middle school. They were made fun of at some points in the story because they were always together, so they called them lesbians and all this, and main character, Claudia, is, like, wrestling with the idea of, like, "Why can't that just be my soulmate?" Like, "That's just the person I love," and, like, wrestling with the
Right.
sisterhood and, like, Claudia is the only person, like, really looking for Monday. It's a twist.
Mhm.
You still gotta read it. But it was
Okay.
beautiful to show how much, like how, fragmented she felt without her friend and her sister. Like, she felt like she was not a whole person anymore, and it traumatized her so bad that
Mm.
she kept forgetting that her friend was dead.
Wow.
Like, and she's just like, "Oh, it's such a beautiful story." I'm gonna ruin it. I'm
Dang,
sorry, I
this
have
is
so
this
sorry.
is yeah, I was just say this
Like,
kinda riveting, child. Ooh.
no, like, the twist is if y'all gonna read the story, I'm so sorry. Um, the twist is that she's basically on a 2-week, like, she's telling us this story about her being, basically, the end of the book, she's on a 2-week, like, oh my gosh, she wakes up and realizes her best friend was dead 2 years ago. So this was, like, has happened a couple of times where she, like, I don't know if she, like, splits and, like, forgets that her friend is dead, but, like, she literally forgets. So she, like, replaying going to find her friend, and I won't tell you what happened to the friend at least, but her sister, her
Mhm.
older sister of the girl who died, um, was asked to keep playing along, like, because they didn't want anything bad. They wanted her to be like, it was part of her healing.
Mhm.
And Claudia's like, "Well, why did you keep playing around? I mean, keep playing along?" And she was like, "Because you never stopped looking for her." And I
Wow.
was like, "That is so beautiful," because she's
Ooh.
like, "That was that girl's
Excuse me.
sister." Like, it's like,
Yeah,
that's my best friend, and, like, how deep a friend can be with somebody, like,
yeah,
I think that was a
yeah,
beautiful story of, like, friendship, even though they were so young, and sometimes we can write off, I'm learning so much, like, working at the position that I'm in. We can write off young people and they're feeling so quick, like, "Oh, they're
yeah,
just kids." No, they have feelings and they can create
absolutely,
connections with people and they can be very deep. Like, me
absolutely,
and my best friend since these little girls in the book, right? And
absolutely.
like those be the friendships that create and cultivate that you like if
Your
something happened to
personhood.
these people, like,
Mhm.
yeah, like you will break. Like, and she
Yeah.
broke and she's a young person who broke over her
Mm.
friend.
Um,
Yeah.
that's no, I say
Yeah.
the title one more time.
Monday's not coming.
Monday's not coming. Okay. Okay. I'll put it on
And
the
her friend's
screen,
name is Monday.
folks. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me find out weekday names is actually kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Sorry. But anyway, okay. Well, I don't have one, so that's perf. We'll go with yours because I don't have one. So that's good. That's
Oh,
good. Um, okay. What the girls are saying. Do you have anything?
no. No.
Me
Besides, we
neither.
need to and our guest immediately.
Oh, yes, we do. We do. Okay. Yeah, well, let's connect offline about that. That's fine. Um,
But no,
I don't have, hmm?
girls aren't saying much.
Okay. I mean, the boys are saying things, but when aren't they
Exactly. It's
saying
always
things?
the boys.
When
Right.
are
Let's change
when
the
aren't they
segment.
saying things? Exactly. At this point, let's change the segment. I promise they're keeping us viable as a podcast, truly,
That's the boy.
which I'll accept. I'll accept. But
Man.
yeah. Yeah. Um, okay. Well, moving on down. Um, why does this matter?
The heart segment. Yeah.
Yes,
Why
why
does
does
this
this
matter?
matter?
Um, like I said, black women deserve love, full stop. Period.
Mhm.
And they deserve
Mhm.
grace, and they deserve love, and well, love encompasses grace and all the things, so they deserve
Mhm.
love.
Mhm. I agree.
And friendship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I think it matters because we've been robbed and we're coming for our things, period. And so, as a black girl, every time I encounter a black girl, I see a fellow sister who's been robbed in one way or the other, or in all of the ways. And if you're black girl, you have been robbed in all the ways. So, yeah. And so, my grace comes because she's been robbed just equally as much as I have been robbed. And so, give her back her friendship. Give her back her autonomy. Give her back, and also, nobody else is doing it. Don't nobody else champion black women stuff. Don't nobody care about black women stuff. Don't nobody care about black women stuff. Like, no. You see what our man be doing to us. The outside
You said
world be
what?
doing to us.
Right.
Hmm. What'd you say?
Except black women.
But yeah, that's my point. And so that's my whole point.
Yeah.
So when I say give her back her friendship, give her back, sister. I'm talking to you, to your fellow sister. Give her her friendship because who ain't nobody, there is no savior coming. Black men hate us more and more by the day. I gotta edit that out. Don't let me forget to edit that out.
Oh, Lord.
I be I be poking that little bird, don't I? No, I'm
Oh,
just playing.
please.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's why it matters. Okay, 'twas fun.
Yeah.
I love you
We'll see y'all
guys.
next week.
Bye. Right, right. Bye. That's funny.